everybody, I hope everyone's doing well. I'm Sydney and today we're going to be making a flower wreath. My last video, the quarantine butterfly video, got a lot of love and people enjoyed making them, which I'm so grateful for, and I'm so honored that you guys actually made them and enjoyed doing it. So today we're going to be having another art craft activity, and it's going to be spring themed and it's going to look super duper cute. So let's get started. Okay, step one is to obviously make our flowers. I chose to draw 3 different types of flowers, and I chose for them to be 3 different sizes because I like my wreaths to have a little bit of variety. I didn't want it to be all the same. I wanted it to look a little bit more organic. But if you want your flowers to be all the same, totally fine, go for it. So the first flower that I made was this one. And basically, if you remember from the butterfly video about the loose shaped hearts for the wings, it's very similar to that. So I just made very loosely shaped hearts and a tiny little center. And this one had 4 petals, but you can make them 5, 6, however many you want. This flower is very similar to that one, but it just has a little bit more texture on the tops of the petals. And that one I made 5 petals, but once again, do whatever you want. The last one is a little bit smaller, and I just made classic rounded flower petals for that one. And I like for these to be a little bit smaller, but you do you. Okay, so after you've sketched out all your flowers, which by the way, definitely do more than 3. You're gonna wanna make like a whole page of them. You're gonna color them in. I like to use markers for mine, but you can use whatever medium you want, it doesn't really matter. I chose 4 colors. I chose light pink, dark pink, red, and blue for those little ones. Also, pro tip is if you're using marker, erase the pencil a little bit so that it doesn't smudge. The marker can sometimes pick up the graphite and it'll leave like gray streaks. So that's a little pro tip. Alright, so after you've colored in all your flowers, you're going to take a black pen, just like that, and you're going to outline all of your flowers. I also added, can you see? A little bit of details with my black pen into the petals of my flowers just to make them a little bit more fancy. Alright, amazing job so far. So next we're going to cut out our flowers, but here's a little added detail. So when you cut out your flowers, you're also going to cut along the lines of the flower petals, not all the way, just enough so you can bend it so your flower, instead of laying flat, can be a little bit curved, because this is going to help us when we're gluing it on to our wreath. Alright, so now it's time for the actual assembly of the wreath. And for my base, I'm using this wire coat hanger that I just bent into be the shape of a circle, but if you don't have that, that's totally fine. You can just use any other wire that you have, and you can just bend, like make a hook at the top, which is great because then you can just hang it on your door. You don't need to worry about nails, anything like that. Also, you are going to need a hot glue gun so that you can glue on your flowers. Okay, so once your glue gun is all warmed up, we're going to start gluing on our flowers. Be careful, because I just made this mistake a second ago, and I have to re-record this, to glue the flowers onto the right side, because you want it so that the hook can go over the door, so make sure you're gluing it with the hook facing away from you, because if not, you're going to have to redo it like I did. Alright, so just put a dollop of hot glue onto your wire, and then you're going to place your flower right on there. Hold it on, don't let go because it's kind of fussy, and the hot glue is the best option, but like it's a little bit tricky to work with. And then once that's on, I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue across the back to really secure it in place and make sure that it stays, because I do not want to do this again. It's very fun though. It's very fun. Don't worry. It's very fun. Alright, so I just finished my wreath and I think it looks really, really cute. I went in and I added some leaves because there were a few parts where the wire was showing and I didn't like how that looked, so I just had some space filler and they're really easy to do. So I recommend doing that if you have just a little bit of space that you need to fill. But yeah, as a whole, this is what it looks like. It was really fun. Looks great. So I hope that everyone who made it enjoyed making it, and I will see you next time. Bye!